What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, The Hype, episode number 173. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry we got a little bit of a late start today, but we got an action-packed show. We're going to have an interview with Real Break Sports Cards, Ryan Holland. It's a fantastic interview. We're going to be airing here in about 10-15 minutes, so check that out. There's some good insights about his shop and the Topps Rip Party that's going to be coming very, very soon, where he's going to get second, third, or fourth. But we're also going to talk about NBA Top Shot today. If you guys haven't heard about it, we're going to inform you on what's going on with that. So we got a pretty exciting little show going down today. Dan, what's going down?
Just excited for what we got coming up this week, you know?
Yep. Lots of stuff going down.
I segue right into it. Bam. Just like that.
Contenders. We talked about it last week. We talked about Prism Silvers versus Contenders ticket autos. So now we're going to see it. Friday, Contenders comes out. I know some of the retail's already out, but we're going to get to see the cracked ice. We're going to get to see the throwback. We're going to get to see that first Justin Herbert, that Joe Burrow, and we get to see how it performs. Another thing that I think people don't take into consideration with Contenders is it's a big checklist. So you're going to get some autos of guys that you really haven't seen all year. You might see some coach autos. You're probably going to see like the guy from the Bengals who hasn't had, or the guy from the Jaguars who hasn't had an auto all year. The running back.
Yeah. I know Jerome
Robinson. His name was escaping me.
And that's one of those things where, like, yeah, you haven't seen him all year. This may be the only rookie auto that you're going to find of some of these players. Obviously, some of the Contenders draft and the Prism draft are really early releases in their college unis. You may see their autos in there, but when it comes to the pro uniforms, there is a substantial amount of players who are on the checklist that this will be their only card. And we've seen certain players over the years really pop out of here. Taysom Hill.
Yep. Green Bay Packer.
He had one. Nick Mullins, your boy. The future. The franchise. He was on there. Mostert, another 49er, was on there.
Who didn't have an auto all year, and then, he has that Contenders auto. And then, George Kittle, too.
Yeah, and then a lot of the defensive players as well. Like, this will be their only auto that they're going to have maybe until they retire. Who knows? Like, it's it's my favorite release. So between this and National Treasures, something to look forward in every calendar year when it comes to football releases, Contenders and NT. Even more than Prism in my mind. I prefer Contenders over Prism. I have to agree
with you. I mean, because you just look, the proof is in the pudding. You've got the
terrible phrase.
You got the Tom Brady Contenders. You just look at those prices. Tom Brady rookie Contenders auto. Just look at it. Patrick Mahomes.
What kind of proof is in the pudding?
That the legacy of Contenders.
Again, we've already talked about this before. That phrase, what does it mean?
That means that the actual proof is in the product. The pudding in this instance, the pudding is the Contenders. All right, so the proof is in the Contenders autos, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it when these hit eBay. You're gonna see like cracked ice, Tua, Joe Burrow, Herbert. You're gonna see what those go for. One thing to keep in mind, if you haven't ripped Contenders before, if you're not familiar with the product, like you're just new to the parallel era, one on-card auto box. So your main guys, your Herbert, your Burrow, your Tua. Those are going to be the on-card autos. The guys that we were just talking about, the Jerome Robinson, those are going to be your sticker autos. So you're never going to have a box, and I hate to crush anybody's dreams, but you're never going to have a box that has Herbert, Burrow, and Tua in the same. It's never going to happen, unless it's maybe an insert and then a rookie ticket auto. So that one on-card auto is what you're looking for. I know when we do breaks sometimes, and you're not like Monday specifically, we're doing 2018 Contenders, and Anthony Miller popped out. Once he popped out, he's an on-card auto. You know you're not getting the Josh Allen. You know you're not getting the Sam Darnold. So, not to say there's not value in those other guys. Just something to keep in mind when you're ripping these boxes. So, literally 12 autos in the case are going to be these rookie premier guys. So I wouldn't say there's going to be too many cases that's going to have Herbert, Burrow, and Tua. Maybe two.
Yeah, and it's going to be the guys that you've seen autos in every single release this year. So like the CeeDee Lambs and the Brandon Ayuk's and the Ruggs and the obviously the quarterbacks, Jacob Eason, who is it Eason time?
James Robinson, not Jerome Robinson. Whatever.
I'm kidding. Wasn't there a Jerome Robinson for
they play basketball?
Played basketball?
Yes. Close, though. I mean,
Close.
first letter is right. Last name's right.
Jacob Eason.
Yeah.
Is it Eason time?
Could be. Phillip Rivers just retired.
I know.
He's going on to build a family. So he can start his family now.
That was.
But anyways.
I think everybody gets the joke.
Yeah. I just had to reiterate. It was a good one. It was good. I saw it on Ben Wilson, Our Trading Cards on Twitter.
So that wasn't even an original joke.
No, I stole it.
You stole it.
I steal all my material.
You stole that terrible joke.
I'm like Carlos Mencia. So,
stole that terrible joke.
I don't really have my own
I think he steals
material.
better jokes.
He steals better jokes. All right, Top Shot. NBA Top Shot.
Hottest website in the planet this week, right now.
It's crashing.
I'm on it right now. I can't get. Wait, no, you're not on it. You try to get on it right now.
No,
you can't
I'm
get
not
on
going
it.
to.
Can't get on it.
I know I can't.
Can't get on it. Tell us about it, Doug.
All right. So if you don't know what NBA Top Shot is, it's a licensed video. So you buy a pack, right? You get 3 video moments from players across the NBA. Now, these moments, you could get Kelly Oubre, which probably not as sought after. But you could also get a LeBron James. You could get a Curry video. Now, I know videos are readily available by watching ESPN, but this is really kind of a play on like a blockchain cryptocurrency situation. And the amount of traffic and the amount of people using this site is staggering. I don't think it's a flash of the pan. I'm not saying it's here to stay yet, but it is a phenomenon and a lot of money being spent its way. So for $9 for the base set, I think they changed, but for $9 you get 3 videos, and it is a pack opening experience. You buy that pack for $9, you get to see your first clip, and then you see who it is. It tells you what the serial number is. So the base set is typically numbered to 5,000. And you get a certain serial number out of that 5,000. They have different parallels numbered to like 49. I haven't seen a 101 yet, but they have like numbered to 49. They have numbered to like 4,500. They have different parallels. You could instantly sell these digital videos on their marketplace. And I'll tell you, I sold one. So I opened a couple packs. I hit a Tyrese Halliburton of him doing like a layup or something. It was a layup card. I had, 3,400 out of 5,000. I looked, and there was 170 in the marketplace of this specific video, all the different serial numbers, and the lowest price that anybody was selling them for was $98. So I said, all right, I paid $9 for the pack. I put it up for $98. Within seconds, somebody bought that video from me. So literally, I flipped this piece of video right away. There was a $24,000 Tyler Hero. Somebody paid $24,000 for a Tyler Hero. There's people that are asking hundreds of thousands of dollars for like the number 1 of the specific sequence. So the name of the game on here is to get the lowest serial number out of the run, even though they're all numbered to 5,000.
Or the jersey number.
Or the jersey number, which they indicate which one's the jersey number for each specific player, which it's not hard to tell. It's Steph Curry's 30 and LeBron James is 23. This stuff is insane. If you go to the next thing here, there was a Ja Morant's numbered 1 out of 49 that sold for $35,000. This is tweeted by Darren Ravel. Props to him for like putting this out there. Some other guy sold a Kobe tribute LeBron number 23 out of 59 for $47,500. NBA Top Shot. You can see the crypto-collectible rankings by sales volume in the last 24 hours. They did. That's a big number. That's a stupid number right there that they've done. They had 3,400 buyers, and what is that? Is that two billion? 2 billion? 2 million?
Can you show me? Can you show me where you're? That's a million, Doug.
Okay, I can't. The computer's a little far away from me right now.
Oh yeah, well now, now it is.
It's a little far. It's a little far away.
It's a good excuse right there.
It's 2 zillion. They did 2 zillion in sales.
It's good radio. That's is that a billion? Public school, baby. Public school.
I literally was trying to dissect that on the fly. I hadn't had time to.
The numbers are crazy. You could also look at the bottom right there. It says 2 million.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't read either.
Yeah, those decimal points will throw anybody for a loop.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, this it's pretty exciting. You were the one who introduced me to it. I want to know, how did you find out about it?
I heard from collector friend as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard from one of our collector friends that we talked to today.
Okay.
So, he told me about it, and I immediately was like, dumb. And then I went on and I investigated, and I was like, wow, there's some real money in this stuff. Now, from my point of view, I don't look at it as a collectible. I mean, it is a collectible in a sense that you have a unique video, but it's not a trading card collectible. I don't think we can really kind of blend those together.
I think there definitely can be some crossover, but you're right. It is two completely different things. I think there is some, especially maybe younger collectors that might understand it and be able to grasp it a little bit better than, say, collectors who've been collecting for 30, 40, 50 years. I think that the younger collector is going to understand how the blockchain and the cryptocurrency is attached to each individual item.
Yeah.
I love to be the devil's advocate. And when you were showing me this and you were explaining it to me, I wanted to really, really crush your dreams and say how much it sucked and how it's just going to be gone tomorrow and it's lame. I can't say that. I see the value. I understand the collectible side of it as well. And I love the marketplace and the way you can buy, and I could transfer. Did you know you can actually transfer your video clips to another user?
Oh, for free.
Yeah. I don't know about that. There may be some.
I didn't know that. I know that there was some people trying to sell their videos on eBay.
So yeah, there's an option in there, and I haven't tried it yet, but you can also transfer. So think about it as maybe a trade.
Okay.
So you have a trading platform, which is also super cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only issue now is obviously the site is in beta, and it seems like every time the packs, I haven't actually opened up a pack yet. I haven't been fortunate enough to actually go on and them to have packs in stock, but I have been able to buy cards from the marketplace, and are not cards, videos. Sorry, video cards, video clips, and I bought a Giannis for like $24.
Seems like a good deal.
I can't.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of Giannis cards you can go out and buy for $24. I'll tell you that.
Right. There's not. Their site is down right now. I guess they're ramping up. They didn't expect as much, and they're not sponsoring us, by the way. This is just completely just what I discovered on Monday. Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Mojobreak@gmail.com.
Let's hit us up. I mean, you want to come in with that $2 billion that you just got.
The hype brought to you by NBA Top Shot. But anyways, yeah, I mean, their site is they're dropping packs, I guess, twice a week from what I understand. So I think their next drop is going to be on Thursday. So their site cannot handle the volume right now. So I'm sure the reason why they're under maintenance is that they're trying to upgrade servers, I would hope. They're not a flash in the pan website. If you look at who they have backing them, it's all crypto companies. I think Samsung's even involved in this as well. So I don't think it's a situation where somebody's going to take your money and run. There's a lot of people.
Well, no, you got
it.
the video clip.
You got the video clip, yeah.
You got the video clip.
Exactly. So you're getting something in return for your money.
Yeah, I'm good. I watched mine 3 times already.
So, I mean, I don't think this is going to persuade me from obviously opening up packs, collecting slabs, all this other stuff. But it's an instant gratification that if you hit something big, you could literally do no work and you could sell it. Or you could take the Bitcoin approach if you're a speculator on this kind of stuff, like Dan just did, bought a Giannis for $24. If it's a Bitcoin approach, then maybe it goes up to a couple $100s in a couple years, or maybe it goes up even more than that in a couple years. They're actually going to go backwards, and they're going to do some 13, 14 rookie clips of Giannis, which will be considered his rookie video clips. They're stamping all the rookies, so that's like their rookie video. So they did 2 years so far. They've done Zion, and now they have this year's rookie class. So
I actually think this is either going to be one of the biggest advancements in the collector's industry. It's either or. It's either just going to fade away, and no one's going to know it even existed, and it's gone, or it's going to be one of the biggest things. And there's going to be a lot of copycats as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing I was telling you. I'm like, once somebody shows how to make something successful, there's going to be 10, 15, 20 copycats that are going to come after it and try to get into that market as well.
Yeah, and I think compared to the Panini blockchain, and Panini's put their best foot forward on that, including the stuff in packs, I think there's not too much crossover from a physical to a digital, especially because they use the same designs. This is a video, so there's nothing, you can't go pull a video out of a physical pack. So I think this is something a little bit different. $9 is cheap, right? So it's that instant gratification that you buy a $9 pack and you're seeing what you have right away. You don't have to worry about corners. You don't have to worry about slabs. You don't have to send your video out to PSA and hope to God it gets a 10 because you need to flip it. And it literally, if your house catches on fire, you don't have the cards in your house. So there's a lot of elements of the collecting experience to this that is different from the collectible trading card experience. So, but we'll let you guys be the judge. I mean, we're still looking into this as well. Like I said, I just started doing it on Monday. So I'm like, this is crazy. At 1 a.m. on Monday night, I was buying packs, and I hit a LaMelo that people are selling for $200. I hit that Tyrese Halliburton that I flipped for $98. I actually got another Tyrese Halliburton with another pack I bought. I have a Curry, I have a LeBron, and there's different like numbered parallels and jersey numbers, and it's crazy. It's definitely interesting. Even if you're not into it, I would just check it out for yourself and see what's going down with it. So
yeah, I mean, the first thing I think of is who's going to take this business model and be like, well, football.
Yeah. I mean, it's got it.
I mean,
it's
next. Football, baseball, hockey. I mean, man, not a lot of times we see some super innovative things come into our...
I mean, and just think about it. You got the trading card Logo Man. What's going to be the video Logo Man? Right? There's going to be something that emerges.
I think right now it's the jersey number.
It's jersey number or the one.
Yeah, I think the jersey number would be considered the Logo Man equivalent.
Yeah.
Because if you look at some of the prices on all of them, go to Marketplace and look at like the jersey numbers for any of the players, the amount of money is astounding.
It's insane. All right, well, we got a great interview coming up. We've got Ryan Holland from Real Breaks. You got to check out, if you're in the Minnesota area, they got an amazing-looking shop. As soon as we're allowed to travel, I definitely want to check out their shop. Very modern, carry all the latest wax. And they've been doing breaks for quite a while, so we talk about that. We talk about the Topps Rip Party that's coming up, which we're actually going head-to-head, and they're going to get second, third, or fourth. And we have some great conversations. So without further ado, here's our interview with Ryan.
We're joined by Real Break Sports Cards, Ryan Holland. What's up, Ryan?
What's going on? Thanks for having me, man.
No problem. It's been a long time coming. I feel like we should have been doing this like a couple years ago, so it's been a while.
I feel like we've only been doing this a couple of years, so
that's true.
Kids, right?
Time flies. Funny story. The first time I got caught wind of Real Breaks was you guys had a breaker pavilion, right? You guys had a booth in the breaker pavilion. Yep. And, most breakers at that time, it was a booth with a phone and everything like that. And you guys had like everything branded. So I was like, all right. These guys are trying to get a little bit of skin in the game. They're serious about their business. Sure. And the whole presentation with the colors, I was like, I like it. Yeah. And that was the first time I caught wind of you guys. That was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, right?
The worst part about that whole event, you realize, was that the orientation of our booth had your booth in all of our camera shots.
we planned it that way, actually. So
right, it's like, man, all this marketing I'm doing, and my camera's just pointed right at Mojo.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I was. If you guys aren't familiar with those that are listening to the podcast, we're talking about the National, where they have a breaker pavilion where all of us guys are opening up packs for the world at the National, and it's fun times. Usually like 20 to 30 breakers. So that's a rush week.
We were disappointed that we didn't get to do that event this year. We look forward to that one, and then just hanging out with all the people in the industry.
Absolutely.
Our friendly competitors like you guys, and then all of the collectors that we get to see maybe only once a year at an event like that. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that face-to-face is valuable. You get to place, like a lot of times you're placing the username with the face. You're like, okay, that's, John Guy 65, like now I know what he looks like. Now that I'm chatting with him on YouTube or Facebook, I know what he looks like. So those events are very, very valuable. And then the industry stuff, just being able to pal around with all you guys is very important too. So
yeah, exactly.
Hopefully Chicago, man, what do you think? I mean, it's like a 50-50 right now, right?
I mean, we're ready for it. We'll be there if it's happening. I mean, there's other shows around the country that are happening right now, like Dallas, and haven't heard any bad things as a result. But we'll see what the trajectory of this whole craziness is.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think we're safe in 2022, but I think 2021 might be a 50-50, like I said. So, but you guys have a shop. It's in Champlin, Minnesota, correct?
Yeah, we just opened a shop Labor Day weekend. So we're kind of learning as we go. Have never done a shop before, but it's been a great experience. Another opportunity to see collectors face to face and a whole different perspective on what's happening in the marketplace, aside from, when we're normally stuck behind a camera. So it's been a blast. Yeah.
What motivated you guys to do the breaks and then open up the shop?
We never set out to make a business out of this thing. I mean, when we started almost 5 years ago, we were just doing it for fun, like so many people are doing today. I mean, we were in that same exact spot as a lot of these guys 4 or 5 years ago. And at that time it was, I think I can make $100 doing this. And then I have $100 that my wife's not going to be mad if I spend it back on cards.
Right. Exactly.
Subsidize
all for the business. And that Jordan I bought's all for the business.
Right. Exactly. So it was never really, we never really set out to make it a business. It just kind of, we started at the right time before some of this craziness in the market. And, we had fun with it and just tried to see where it could take us. So my background's marketing, so that's kind of natural for me. So we just tried to apply some of that kind of stuff to it and, try and reach some people, and it worked. So
nice. Yeah. What's been your biggest challenge as a retail shop owner?
Oh man, I'll tell you, as a retail shop owner, but also just as a business owner, is managing scale. Because it's easy to manage it when it's this big, and it's comfortable and things like that. But then you start adding all these different levels of complexity. Like, I didn't know what a point of sale system was. Whole new level of inventory management. It's like, most of my inventory for breaking was his sealed cases, and now I got boxes all over the place that I have to manage. And one of the things that we do try to do in the shop is have everything in stock. I want people to be able to come in and have their choice of any 2020 football release. Right. So, navigating the market to making sure that we have enough product and the selection of stuff in stock has been tough. And then, price points are tough today. It's a tough market for collectors. And, there's the gambler segment of the market that, they're looking for big payoffs and they can pay big money for boxes. But then, I have more kids in my shop every day than I have guys in their 40s.
Nice.
And so it's been really challenging though to go out and find product and make sure I have product in stock that those kids can collect.
Yeah, because I don't know what mowing a lawn pays these days, but I'm sure it's not a Prism box, right? So you gotta get some packs or something in this shop for those guys, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's, the market is definitely challenging in that regard, and I think you guys probably face this as well, is trying to price things the right way, because you guys were around kind of before the boom. We were around before the boom, and you remember products being like $300 a box, and those same products are now $1,000 a box.
Right.
So I guess it's hard for me, and I'm sure you can relate with this. Is it's hard to see some of the value in some of the products, but then all you got to do is look at the singles, and you're like, well, I guess it's justified. But
it's wild to me. I mean, we sell singles in the shop too, and we don't have dollar boxes. We kind of focus on key rookies and stuff like that, and the hot relevant stuff. Some of it's graded, some of it's raw, and it's amazing to me what singles sell for today. I have the conversation with people daily in the shop that used to be your 2 hits were your 2 best cards,
right?
And so you better get 2 good ones, and now it's like your 2 hits in a box are like your 12th best cards, because base cards and parallels are worth so much money.
Yeah, it's almost to the point where we're throwing autographs away, right? I mean, we're like, oh, there's an autograph,
Especially Packers autographs. I'll throw those away all the time.
There you go. I know, and they're playing this weekend, darn it. I'm a Niner fan, so I remember whooping on those guys last year. So now we're sitting at home. So, it's the shop life is definitely a different ballgame. What's your biggest surprise about the in-store customer compared to the breaker customer?
I think the biggest surprise, that's a good question. I think I'm good, buddy.
You're good.
Appreciate it. Thanks. That was my backup headset in case the audio didn't work.
Oh, there you go. Got it taken care of.
My biggest surprise in the shop is how frequently guys come and hang out. It's awesome. And we built a lounge with you've been to the Westgate in Las Vegas.
Yes, yes.
For Industry Summit, probably.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful place. I had way too many man sodas over there, but yes.
Right. So we built the lounge, and I was like, man, I love those chairs in the sports book at Westgate. So I went, found the company that made them, and put those exact same chairs in there. Leather chairs, 75-inch TV. So
nice.
We want people to hang out. The coolest part about breaking for me is the community side of things, where we could just get to hang out with people all the time and talk sports and talk cards and everything like that. And it's been really cool to see that happening in the shop too, where people hang out and talk cards and talk about sports. And I think, as COVID chills out, we'll see even more of that as people get more into that hangout mode.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one thing I've noticed, and you'll probably agree with this, is, handling the customer email, like you're trying to be, businesslike. And then sometimes the customer's like, well, you were brash. You didn't apologize, or you didn't, and it's like, no, I'm being friendly. But like when you're talking to somebody in person, you've got the emotions, you got and it just never escalates to that point. So I appreciate having those conversations with customers in the shop, and they can understand where I'm coming from, where sometimes you're butting heads via email when you're trying to find a solution for somebody.
Yeah. The other thing that's been really surprising in the shop is the amount of people who come into the store and it's literally their first exposure back to the hobby in 20 years.
Yeah.
Or 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just because they went on Google and they're like, baseball cards near me. And we pop up and they come in and they're like, what is going on? What's this? Never seen this before, And so just talking to people about today's collecting compared to 80s and 90s collecting has been crazy.
How many 80s and 90s collections have you been offered to date?
Oh man, every day. But yesterday was awesome. Yesterday I sat down with one guy who had a 5-row box of 03, 04 Topps Chrome unpicked basketball.
Wow.
6 sealed boxes of 03, 04 Topps Chrome basketball.
No way. Wow.
And a second guy the same day had a collection of like 40 Kobe rookies. Jeez. So, I mean, you see some really cool stuff. I think with this newfound excitement in the market, some of that stuff's just been in a closet for so long.
Right.
Starting out, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it always amazes me that people keep sealed boxes, like that amount of time and forget about it and not want to open it up, especially once LeBron's doing good in like 07. I mean, he's been doing good his whole career, but just being able to like not open that up. It's crazy to me.
That's been hard for me because I was a box ripper and a collector before I was a breaker or shop owner. And so turning that switch off, so that I don't, rip myself out of house and home.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
All the boxes sitting around here. It's like, oh, that 1920 Prism Retail is looking kind of good right now. Maybe I'll open that bad boy.
Yep, exactly. I do the same thing. I mean, it's hard to be around. Be like, I'll take one home. No, maybe I won't. Maybe I will. And I just have these conversations with myself, and it's tough.
Right. Exactly.
What's your favorite product to rip personally?
So I'm a baseball guy. In fact, when we started, we were 100% baseball. It's all we did. And that's just because that's the sport I love, and that's what I played, and that's what I know and watch. That's the one sport where I'll watch any game. I don't care who the team is, right? And my favorite product has always been Bowman's Best. Always been Bowman's Best. It's not a high-end product. Some people say, oh, the Bowman autos don't sell for as much. There's a lot of perspectives, but I love the fact that you can get the newest prospects, the stars, you can get Trout, Harper autographs, and rookie autographs, like all in the same product.
Exactly.
It's always been a strong value with 4 autographs a box. And so that's always been my favorite. It's one of the few products that I rip for myself until this year, when 2020 Bowman Draft is the most amazing product I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
For baseball.
I agree with you there. I agree. I'm a baseball guy too. So I actually, when I got back in the hobby, 2010 Elite, because it was like I had $50 and I could buy like 6 packs, and I had best chance. There's 6 autos in the box, right? So I knew I had a good chance to get an auto or two. But then I navigated to Bowman, and I ripped a lot of 2010 Bowman, Bubba Starling year, and Bowman Draft specifically that year. I think Manny Machado was in there as well. And I've always been a Bowman guy, but I'm with you on Bowman's Best. It's a better value, especially if you're not selling the cards. You just want to have an auto of Rushman or Dominguez. It's a great value.
When Torkelson autos are $600, I mean, it's nice to have a Torkelson auto that I can buy for $60.
Exactly.
If I like the guy and that's what I can do, I can buy Torkelson Best autos all day long.
It's an underrated value that I try to tell people this is an amazing value, is like Stars and Stripes. 2019 Stars and Stripes. You get 5 hits. There's Torkelson, Josh Young, all these guys are in there on card. Yes, it's USA, but it's like you can't beat the value on that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pulling Pete Crow Armstrong autos out of Stars and Stripes since he was like 14, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think he signed it in crayon back then, but
exactly.
T-ball photo. I know we joke or say, like, at what point are they going to have these kids in T-ball? Like prime prospect, 5 and under.
Right.
There's probably legality issues on that, but it's just it's fun stuff. So how about basketball? You guys have been doing more basketball. Is there a product you like to rip for break purposes, or?
I did the smart thing. With basketball. I went out and I found somebody who knows basketball and knows what they're talking about, so I don't have to rip it. So, nice. I feel like as a collector, you want to be buying breaks from somebody who knows what's going on.
Exactly.
I did a hockey break the other night because our hockey guy wasn't available. And I was like, I've heard of like 3 of these guys, so I just fake it the whole time, and we made it fun. It was like, come hang out with me in this hockey break and make fun of how badly I butcher all of these names. We just made a joke out of it. But, I got a basketball guy, Titus, who just knows his stuff. I mean,
nice. Yeah.
Deep in basketball. He knows everything. And so, I let him rip all the basketball. So
definitely. Did you drop a Bifuglian, or were you in the know before you dropped the Bifuglian?
I mean, I feel like if you just say the name confidently, that it's probably correct.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. See, what Dan does is Dan will say it 10 different ways, and he figures one of them he got right.
Right.
So I'm like, but I just one time I just go through it, you know. So I'm the same. I've been breaking hockeys for 6 years personally, and I still like don't know enough to, you know, be like, hey, I know the history of Gary Cheevers or, you know, or Gila, you know, these guys, these old school guys. It's like, I don't know. And, oh, that's a big hit. I mean, obviously the rookies are easy to keep up with, but the history of hockey, that was the one sport. It was like my fourth sport. So
yeah, the name pronunciation conversation really, I love it because it gives me an opportunity to tell a story that I've never gotten to share in public before, in a public forum. And that was I think our first or our second national. We're ripping Topps Chrome baseball, and you know, Willie Adames is a rookie from this year, right?
I know where you're going with this.
We're ripping. I never heard of this guy, Willie Adames, Willie Adams, Willie, whatever his name is. But I'm in the middle of a break at the national, opening this product, and I say, you know, Willie Adams, or, you know, however I pronounce it. And some guy with shorts and Larry Bird socks walks by my booth. He looks over, he says, "It's Willie Adames," right? Of course, it was Rich Layton, you know, taking his time to correct me, help me out as a fledgling young
teaching you the ways.
So.
I mean, Larry Birdsong said it all. I'm surprised he didn't have a Tom Brady shirt to go along with the Larry Birdsong too. So, you know, I don't know. So actually, it was funny. I remember you telling this story at dinner at some point. I think it was the Peach State dinner, and I think we were saying Adams until that point. So we're like,
we all benefited from Rich.
Exactly. I think we said Treya Turner for about 2 or 3 years.
Treya. Oh, that's
there's an A on it. There's an A. So it's like, if it was Trey, why wouldn't there be a Y? But we learned.
I'm still trying to get my partner to stop saying Luis Robert. So I'm working on him. On him. But you know, when you say Luis Robert for so long, it's hard to shake it when you figure.
Well, actually, that is correct, though. There was an interview that he said he doesn't matter. He said the statesmen call him Robert, and his buddies overseas call him Robert.
I heard it differently. We were going to have to share videos.
Okay. All right. Maybe it's a little bit of a spin on the Robert. Maybe it's not exactly
it might be an accent thing. But I can't roll my R's, so
I was just going to say, maybe it's like a Robert or something, or something, you know. See, I can't do it very well either, but, you know, I do eat a lot of Mexican food, but it doesn't help me, you know, roll my R's.
Mexican food's not good in Minnesota, man.
Oh, really? What are you guys known for? What's your food? If you had to go to Minnesota, if I go to Minnesota, what's the best food to have?
Yeah, if you're going to come to Minnesota, you have to have a Juicy Lucy. A Juicy Lucy is a hamburger where they cook the cheese inside the burger.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
Like boiling lava, melty hot.
Wow. I love cheese and I love burgers, so that sounds it's up my alley. So probably not on my keto diet, but it's you know, cheat day.
Right.
So let's switch gears. Topps Rip Party. How stoked are you for second, third, or fourth place?
Right. You know what? I think we can take second, third, and fourth place.
There you go.
You know, I mean, I don't know who's first, but the other guys probably won't even place.
Right, exactly, right.
We're looking forward to it. We had a blast last year down in Dallas, doing the million card rip party. And, you know, this one's not a million cards, but I like the competition aspect of it. We're looking forward to it. I think anytime you get to hang out with Topps and partner with our brand owners on any kind of cool promotions, it's a no-brainer. We're gonna have a party here, you know, on that Tuesday, a Series 1 Rip party here at the shop. So we'll be live and you know, hopefully have some fun. With some
I was going to say, for you guys tuning in out there, it's February 9th, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, I believe is when the festivities kick off. And you'll want to go to Topps.com for that initial feed for the Breaker Showcase, which I believe we're first, right? And then I think we go into the Rip Party afterwards.
Right. So I think Topps is doing their 2-hour broadcast, and the Breaker Showcase, you know, tournament is like an hour of that, the second hour of that, where we're competing against you and Bomber and Layton. And then after that, there's like an after party where a bunch of breakers have been invited to rip the product early. So, yeah.
Exactly. And there was some comments on Facebook that says that there's not going to be any Series 1 left. Believe me, there'll be plenty of Series 1 available for all you guys out there. And if you're a shop, is Series 1 packs, that's like Coca-Cola for a 7-Eleven, correct? For a convenience store. So if I heard some guys saying my shop isn't allowed to carry it, I'm like, they got to figure it out. They got to figure out how to get serious. I mean, that is baseball collecting at its beginning, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I still have 2020 Series 1 packed out. In the shop. People buy it every day. I mean, flagship rookies. I mean, that's a big chase right now.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to see that checklist because I mean, I feel like there was some guys that could have put an update that they didn't, that I'm sure are going to be in 2021, like a Ryan Mountcastle, maybe a Joey Bart type thing. So I think this is going to be a really, really big release. And for you guys that are new to collecting in baseball, this is the main rookie card. If you look at the 2011 Trout updates, that's what you're looking at for first base flagship rookie card. So I think it's going to be amazing.
I think Topps update won't ever quite be like what we remember it. Right. I don't think rookies are going to sneak into that one as much anymore because, Topps wants to have a full season of these guys, right? So we want a full season of products of Joe Adell.
Exactly.
Alec Baum. So I think that makes Series 1 a really interesting product.
And I think they did show pictures of Joe Adell being in Series 1,
I think
right?
we saw a teaser that teased Mountcastle, Baum, and somebody else. Maybe I think Joe Adell was teased. So I think any of the guys who made a debut in last season are fair game.
Right. Right.
It'll be interesting to see if like the playoff guys made the cut or not. But somebody will get saved for Series 2.
Absolutely. And what do you think about Joe Adell? I mean, it seemed like his prices were headed down, right? He was like one of the most valued prospects last year. After the ball went off the mitt, went over the fence, it was kind of like people were like, I don't know.
I mean, we have such high expectations for these guys.
We do.
Coming out of the gates, that they're just going to come up and crush because we've seen a handful of guys do it. Right. And the truth is, it can take very, very great players a couple of years to adjust. So, I like Joe Adell. I just like how athletic he is. And I mean, when you just have that pure athleticism, you're going to adjust. So I don't have a ton of worries about Adell.
Me neither. And he got a big Adidas contract. There was actually a Netflix show. It's called Spending Money in LA. And he was featured. He was featured, and he was wearing all of his Adidas stuff, and he was going out there. He's financially pretty well off for being a prospect, right? So I'm like, if that many people believe in him and have given him these contracts, that I'm sure he's going to figure it out at some point. So.
Right. But I remember
last year was a weird year for a new guy anyway, right? So
yeah, I mean, coming in and playing in this environment and playing without fans, and I mean, talk about tough adjustment.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a couple last questions. So we appreciate you being here. Tell people how to find your shop, website, and where they can get in on breaks.
Yeah, you can find us by searching most social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Search Real Breaks Live. Our primary hub, we're kind of a Facebook breaker today. So we actually sell and fill all of our breaks through our private Facebook community. Nice. One thing that we like about that is it helps us keep out the riffraff sometimes, guys that like to cause disturbances or just want to complain all the time. We love the hobby. We want to hang out with people who love the hobby. We're also a family-friendly community. We have so many dads and moms watching with their kids that we want, it's easier for us to control in Facebook, that family-friendly environment where we know the parents can let their kids watch any video in this group without having to worry about what they're being exposed to. So that's important to us. And so that's why we've done it that way. But the shop, we're located in Champlin, Minnesota. which is about 20 minutes northwest of Minneapolis. So if you fly into the Minneapolis area, you've got a little bit of layover. Come hang out.
Definitely. Yeah. And the shop is beautiful. I've seen the pictures. You can see them on their Facebook as well. I mean, definitely has given us, because you guys started your shop a little bit before us and gave us a lot of ideas to open up our shop. So yeah, if you're in the area, you definitely got to check out their shop.
Yeah. I mean, we take pride in what we sell, we love this stuff. And so we want to show it off well and give it its due. So we tried to build a modern shop for modern collectors.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to find dollar boxes, and we're not going to help you complete sets. And that doesn't mean that's a bad thing. It just means it's not our thing. And there's another shop 15 minutes away or 30 minutes away that can help you complete a set. And if you come in here looking for that, I'm just going to send you there. Because there's not a wrong way to enjoy the hobby.
And you know what I think, a lot of people ask, hey, how do I start a shop? How do I do this? And I said, the number one thing, and I know it's cliche, but it's passion. If you have passion for what you're doing, it doesn't really seem as much like work as it's like, I dread coming in and doing this every day. I love coming in and doing this. And I think if you have that, you'll figure out a way to be successful.
Exactly.
So last couple questions. I wanted to hear your thoughts on the cryptocurrency element that's infiltrated into sports cards, a la NBA Top Shot or Panini blockchain.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm not the basketball guy, but we were talking about this Top Shot this morning, and it's wild to me. Just how much people are, I think what I see is people are hungry for this transactional bartering, flipping. I mean, that's really what got me into the hobby. Like, I loved the buy sell.
Yep.
When I open a box, I loved being able to go on to social media and sell that card. Even if I didn't make my money, the transaction was what I enjoyed. And I think a lot of people are really getting into that. And being able to buy and sell these clips, these highlight clips is really remarkable. I mean, they're serial numbered highlight clips.
It's crazy.
It is.
I think that's maybe where Panini kind of, because from what I've analyzed is that I feel like the collector wants a tangible aspect. I'm not saying these people aren't collecting, but they're not the same type of collector. It's like you said, I think you hit it on the head with transactional. It's watching to see how much it's worth. It's, and one of the benefits to it is it's not, you can't damage it. You don't have to worry about grading it. It's you don't have to worry about putting in your safe. It's all stored digitally in their secure area. So I know there's a lot of haters on it, guys that collect cards, but I think I don't want to say it's here to stay, but it's definitely a phenomenon right now.
I mean, we goof off in the stock market from time to time, and there's nothing that we can touch. I mean, I never hold a stock certificate in my hand.
You're right.
Buy it when I think it's low and sell it when I think it's high, and that's fun. So I think it's the same kind of thing, and I think it appeals to a huge amount of people.
Well, you got people like, overseas spending their type of currency, and then it's getting turned into that type of currency that it's now kind of a global kind of thing, that's going on, which, it makes it hard if you're selling a box in Canada to sell to a box in the United States, sell to a box, so it's like all the currency conversions, and you're not really getting that because everybody's uploading to their site, and then it's come the digital currency. So,
it was something like this kind of in principle that got me back into the hobby in force. And that was the million card giveaway and the diamond giveaway. And then the giveaways that Tom
loved
did.
it.
2010, 11, that time frame where you get these code cards in a pack, you enter the code and it unlocks a virtual card that you can trade.
And then you could dig for the rings. You're trying to get the Babe Ruth ring.
The rings and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was awesome. It was such a cool transactional thing. And some of that was backed by actual cards or actual prizes. So there was that incentive, but I feel like that's a stepping stone. But that's what brought me back in after having not been in the hobby for a number of years.
That definitely escalated my hobby. I mean, I was like looking into it all, and I remember buying those $5.99 blasters with the guaranteed code card in the front.
Yeah.
You know, or they were like, I don't even know if they were blasters, but they were like 4 packs of Series 1 or whatever, and then they had the one code card in the front. So you're like, I'm guaranteed a code card. I might get another one in the pack, you know? Right. And I forget, I hit like a 1970 Mickey Mantle. I mean, it wasn't anything valuable at the time, but it was like a real card. And it was just super cool. And I'm surprised they went away from that. I wonder why they didn't expand on that. Maybe it's just too much work.
I think because they were actually trying to fulfill the card.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so you're unlocking these cards, and then they had to try and fulfill these cards and ship these cards. I mean, I imagine the fulfillment side of it was just a nightmare.
True.
But these Top Shot guys and blockchain, they don't have to worry about that side of it, right?
Yeah, there's nothing physical. It just changes it. Now, I don't know if you can trade on there, but I know you can obviously buy and sell. But I wonder if they'll introduce a trading element, because that was cool too with the Topps thing. Is if somebody would offer me like 10 cards for my Mickey Mantle, or 10 cards for my one ring, or and it was like cool just looking at it. Usually it was lowball offers, but at least it was like I got an offer. It's exciting.
I mean, I had a legit strategy, man. I was trying to get a modern star and trade it for any card in the 50s.
Exactly.
And then trade that for any autograph.
Yep. Work your way up, yeah.
And you can send out, 300 trades.
Like the Craigslist paperclip to get to a car or something eventually, right? So. Well, sweet, man. We won't take up any more of your time. We know you got the shop and things going down, so we appreciate you coming on the show. And I can't wait for February 9th, the Topps Rip Party, the Breaker Showcase. Yeah. And stay tuned. We're going to come up with some content, some fun, rivalry content, and it'll be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, you better keep working on that treadmill.
I have been I've been working out the thumbs. We're analyzing your guys' tapes. So we've got a film room, we're analyzing how you guys break and, breaking it down, like John Gruden style. So, we're ready.
All right, let's go.